Welcome to the World of Darkness. This is a scene for the Changeling and Mage venue. We find our denizen, well, not really sure where she is. It's a bright garden, a forest. It's very big. And there's a cat there. It wanders away and kind of disappears off. It's lovely and warm here. Where did that human go? The last thing she remembered was she was trying to get that human's attention again.
There is a figure in the distance, and it seems to be enjoying the sunlight and sitting down by a tree, almost basking in the sun. He seems to be he has an apple in his hand. He seems to be just throwing it up and down casually, almost as if he's waiting for someone to approach.
Edwin, is that you?
Hello.
Hi. What is this?
A memory.
Memory.
Nice place. Yes, something that was shown to me by another traveler a very long time ago.
I don't understand. This means I'm in your head?
It is. Giving you a lift, my dear. You wanted to go back to New York. I would rather you not possessing random people. So I made some room and I created this image for you to go off and explore. It's very nice here.
You're just
come here
human. How
sometimes.
is this possible?
Say again?
You're a human. How is this possible?
I remember things with very good clarity.
No, if I was in your head, I would be able to control you.
Yeah, you knocked, I let you in, and I understand enough about the nature of saying this is where our oath is. I give you no other option apart from to come and sit on the couch, maybe eat something. You do not have the ability to control me, don't worry.
I can't even if I wanted to?
No. You may try, but that would require breaking down the walls of this fantastic imagery.
What are you?
I told you. I carry the blood of the she with me, but I'm just a traveler.
She can't do this?
Really? Guess I'm a hybrid then.
After running around a little bit, she returns. That makes you stronger?
I don't know. I never understand the need to define yourself in terms of your strength. Understanding, maybe, or maybe I have a different level. But then again, no she could do what you did. Ooh.
Give me that apple, please. I'm hungry.
He hits himself in the nose with it accidentally, picks it back up again, and hands it to you. Yeah, that's a danger to me. That is. It seems. Take it. Ow. Succulent and sweet, as I remember.
It is. And I can taste it.
Yeah. You remember too. You are in a dream. This is what I refer to as demens. It's a construct. A memory, as I said. It's actually, as I mentioned again, somebody else's memory that I hijacked because it's a nice place. It's where you go when you have a lot on your mind and you need to daydream. I just happen to be very good at keeping record of things. I'm an artist, an artist and a wanderer. And what you're remembering there is when you tasted an apple. So the smell, the scent, and the taste on your lips is something that you're recalling.
You're controlling me?
No, not at all. You're controlling yourself. I'm merely giving you a lift.
I can leave when I want.
If you wish. Although we are almost back to New York, so if that's where you wanted to go, then I can deposit you in a grey world there, or you can pop into the dream inn and do whatever you wish.
Where was this place? You said it was a memory?
It was.
Where?
The apex of human history. There was a person I met and spent some time dwelling in this memory, and they were as old as the earth itself.
It's impossible. I'm the oldest thing.
As the earth, I didn't say. I understand from my limited knowledge of the race of the kinfolk, or the kin of the lords and ladies, that they are older than even the world. Come from a different place.
Who was this person?
A spirit of ancient times. We shared a lot of information. They told me about...
Your lover?
No. Not at all, no. A fellow traveller on the road. Someone that lost and asked for my help. And I, in favour, was shown this somebody that helped in the creation of this world.
Lilith.
Say again?
Lilith. You found her.
Her name was Lily, but I don't think she is the biblical Lilith, I would say. Oh, no.
Tall woman, red hair. Very red.
No. Asian, black hair.
Oh.
Oh, that's the image that she had at the time. But I get the impression that there are more than just her. So maybe these are children. Again, impossibly old.
If it was a child, it could only move during the dark.
I don't know.
Well, does she only move during the dark?
No, I think she wandered around during the day as well. Yes, in fact, I remember encountering her in a bar during the day, or a cafe. She
No, not
wore,
Lilith.
no, she wore a different face then. Well, when I say a different face, a different form. She pooped on my table. She was a bird at the time. It was funny later, but it was annoying at first.
Interesting.
I thought it was, after my initial irritation, yes, it was interesting. She was a guest for the next couple of days, and we came to an understanding.
She was a prodigal.
I would say more of an angel.
I use the term the mixed breeds like because it makes them feel better to think that everybody was once a fae at one point. But I remember there were things out there that took our humans from us, and they were never like us.
So,
what was she?
Well, as I said, I would call her and name her a spirit, an ancient one that was created to construct this world and oversee it. And this place is a time or part of our memory of the good times before inevitably things go bad.
I understand now.
I do not know everything about what happened, but the information I've gleaned as best as I can was the one called the Lightbringer fell and tore down what was wondrous in the days before. But that's all I know.
You are no
This, no, well, no, I just happen to keep the company of people who
wander
aren't.
the path on your own. You can create a little world for us while we ride the bus, and you make friends with fallen angels.
Well, as I say, I do see an awful lot of things. I like to trade in information if they need it and offer help when I may. And in response, I get stories back. That's just surely a transaction. There's no friendship there. But you can think of me as you will. But what I don't understand is the fact that who do you call half-breeds? Because you never referred to me like that, and yet she blood runs in my veins. You refer to
You are.
you refer to Trebenton as
He's a mixed
half
breed.
a mixed breed,
Yes.
and
It's
and
not
you're not,
derogatory, it's what they are.
and you're not.
No.
So you're true to the
Yes.
realms. Ah, okay. So you never were a human that has become.
No, and as I understand it, that's largely my issue with talking to things that are human or partly human.
But talking to things that aren't human or partly human is more interesting than talking to human beings.
Don't I know it?
Most people seem to be obsessed about when they're going to get their coffee, or if they're going to be late for work, or things which are not particularly interesting. And they never open their eyes for a one moment and see beyond.
Boringness apparently has some kind of use here. It grounds me to this world if I stick around near it. But yeah, it's very petty, it's very small.
What makes you tolerate it then?
Tolerate it. Well, I come back into this world and everything is a human or some variant of.
I see.
As I understand it, the werewolves are usually human.
No, I don't know much about them. But they have power behind them, at least anyway. They get visited by, they were visited some time ago by something of immeasurable power.
Well, that's going around these days. What were they visited by?
A god.
Which one?
One of the old ones. Don't know it. I don't know it by its deeds, but I think it's rooted in Central American mythology. I don't know why it was called or it came either. It just sat around, making all paths very, very dangerous, driving away some interesting people I like to talk to, until it disappeared again.
I think Agar the Giant used to masquerade as a goddess in her time.
I didn't
Not uncommon.
get close enough to.
Things that were big in the day, you know, lose their power, get lost.
Small gods with nobody to believe in them are just whispers on the wind in the desert.
Sounds like this one still had some pull, though.
Oh, this thing had a great deal of pull. This thing, if it remained with it seated where it would be, would have posed a threat to every living human being in the Grey World city. They would have died.
Well, should we kill them all?
Which brings me on to the point of the White Court and the dangers they possess to the Grey World just by simply being here.
Yes, who said that word?
I believe it was you.
No, I didn't say that word. Out of character, I didn't say that word.
Oh, The bad guys, the super bad guys.
All the bad guys, yeah. Yes, I'm a little bit worried about them. I like this place. Maybe I could hide in here.
Short-term residency only, my dear.
I'm not above hiding when I know I can't beat it.
Well, if we travel again in the future in the Grey World, you're welcome to hop in. But I do need to renovate this place because I need the space.
For what?
Learning more stuff. It has to get stored somewhere.
You said that I was lying by omission earlier.
Okay, these are the experiences I have with the realms of the fair folk, the lords and ladies. Something that I learned very, very quickly, especially when I met the courts of Ternanog. No changeling, I think, or no lord or lady of highborn or low tells you the complete truth.
It's a skill that you picked up marvelously well.
Everything they give to you is an oath that they demand payment for. Do not accept anything unless it's you're on your own terms or you make an understanding that this is not accepted as part of a bargain. Oaths are sacred, and if you are broken, then you will be hunted. So that is a series of rules that I've seen. It's kept me pretty sane and alive until recently.
Oh, what happened recently?
I travelled too far. I poked my nose into things I shouldn't have done, and that the blood within me sent it to my head.
It doesn't make it... I don't understand.
Well, my mind, as you see, is like a constructed palace. And places I can go in my mind, in my dreams, where I can read books I have read, see places that I have seen again, or visit places like this, experience things. When you're fighting against your own nature, and it comes like a storm, whatever walls that you build inside your mind usually end up falling down. Big mess. Wibbly wobbly.
Sure, you're just a human.
I am a human that understands his place in the universe. All humans have the capacity for this. Unfortunately, most human beings are asleep to it.
All humans could be sorcerers if they chose to be, but I come here and they're nothing as I remember them.
They are distracted by artifacts of technology, something that was created to keep them distracted, keep them asleep. The computer, the internet, the cell phone, the technologies, the car, anything that makes their lives more easy and convenient. Things are easy back in the realm of the grey, and people never choose a hard choice.
So the humans did it to themselves.
Yes.
Have you ever met a sorcerer before?
I haven't, actually.
Hmm?
I haven't. I've never met a sorcerer before. So when I call myself that, anyway.
They were very powerful. Always creating new things all the time. The world
Like
was like
children.
a volcano.
They sound like kids.
Well, yes.
Kids
But
playing
anything seems like a kid to me.
kids playing with firecrackers.
Wasn't all bad. A lot of it was very good.
There are old tales of one of the most powerful sorcerers in the world, called Solomon, who enslaved spirits that were plaguing his lands and sat as king and ruled wisely, a sorcerer king.
Is
That
this
was
the Jewish Solomon?
yes, that's what they refer to. He seemed to be steeped in history and mythology. It's cropped up one or two times in a few films.
All right, then what happened to him?
Faded away into darkness. He is, after all, a human being, so I assume that he died. Or he found his peace and left this realm.
I wasn't anywhere near the Jews, so I don't know if he even existed.
Well, if you go around New York, you're bound to find several of them.
Several what?
Jewish people.
Oh no, but I mean the sorcerer. And
Oh,
yes,
right.
I've heard about Israel. There's even a state now where they live.
Apparently. I don't know too much about what's going on. I tend not to try and watch the news.
Oh, I actually find it really interesting. I watch it as much as I can. But we're getting off topic.
We are.
So in all your travels, you've never come across a sorcerer?
I've never come across someone as powerful.
I guess they have all died out. I wonder.
No, I think not. There was one, actually, never referred to himself as a sorcerer, though.
All right.
Allied himself with people who are not very nice, that find everything that has been built an affront to their nature and wish to unweave everything.
Oh,
It's gone now. Disappeared into the ether, off on his own little journey. Well, at least what do I think. There were a group of people that had to go and confront him. And through the shard realm of Mount Selea, realm of broken stone and passageways, they held him in accounting for his actions, trying to bring back people of his mindset. And through words and actions, they broke his power, and then he sent him away. And for their success, they lost a month of their life. Well, that's what I was told anyway. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but you know how flair for dramatic people are. I don't even think they were human. So maybe human sorcerers. Maybe I haven't met any human sorcerers.
she looks like she's sizing you up.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Show me around this garden.
I'm sorry. I was. Say again.
Show me around this place.
Sure. Ooh. He gets up, brushes some leaves off his legs, and then we'll go this way. It is probably as contrite and beautiful a place as I can imagine, with little streams running through, and hissing brooks, birds tweeting in the air, and wildlife living in harmony in this place, dotting around. But there doesn't seem to be any sort of really struggles or anything we had to climb up or get ourselves messy for. It just seems to be pastures after forests, after trees, after clearings with meadows in the distance. All very picturesque and beautiful. We come to a darker place though, where the trees are still beautiful but shaped, seem to form a corridor. It starts to get darker towards the end, and Edwin will stop at one of the trees there and will say, "This is the end of the memory. I was never shown what is down that path by the one who shared this memory with me originally, but I think it encompasses their sins."
Their little sins.
Sins as large as mountains, I believe. They were not too happy about me prying any further. But it seemed to be that each and every single one of the people or the person I spoke to, their entire kind, had the weight of the world on their shoulders.
How stupid.
Seemed to be. I never said that to him though, but
Well, you're just never going to survive. If you relive everything, turn everything over and over again. I've been alive for thousands of years. I've lost a lot. I'm not going to think about it every day. I won't.
Well, memory is a fickle thing unless you find a way to master and order it. And I believe these people did not remember the full span of history. They spent a lot of that time in prison cursing the very names of the people they tried to save.
Sir fallen angels?
I wouldn't hazard a guess, but the story fits.
They turn into devils with pitchforks. I saw the cartoon.
Yeah. Never thought they were a devil with a pitchfork though. But I think their image is not really important.
When one of my kind dies, they travel down the black path. They're not allowed to say their name anymore.
They forget their name. But they still have anchors to the world sometimes through family and through deeds that they have yet to do.
But the reason that we're not allowed to say their name is because we have a special holiday where we are allowed to think about people that have died and things that have gone wrong and so forth. It's built in at this point. If we did that all the time, if we kept that in our head constantly, I think we'd go mad.
Would we?
I couldn't carry that much with me. Could you? Everything you've done wrong, all your little self-doubts, all the people you've hurt, all the time. You've got a big brain. No, I can see that. But could you do that? Really? It's asking a lot.
There are regrets. Everyone has regrets, and the key is not to be actioned by them. But surely, if you relive those memories again and again, eventually the impact on you fades, rather than setting a specific day aside to remember it. It's like you have a loss, and that causes you a great deal of pain. But you choose not to live with that on a daily basis and eventually heal from that pain and become a different person. You only relive it on specific days of a year.
The pain of thousands of years will drive you mad.
But doesn't it pain dull after a short time?
No. No, instead you twist it. And you're not sure anymore. You're not sure what actually happened. what part you had in it. And that is actually the hardest, when you start to forget things or mesh people together.
Maybe you should write things down there.
If you're a race of illiterates and nomadic people, no, it doesn't fit. We have to learn how to manage the madness and not let it control us. It doesn't sound like your friend has managed it.
I wouldn't think. No, I think there will be no time. There will be not enough time in this world for that pain to eventually go away. Interesting.
Huh.
Maybe at the end of the world, I think that person was seeking forgiveness from their father, or at least from somebody, or thank you, maybe, for the pain that they've gone. Imagine that. I mean, imagine having to bear a pain silently for however many years, and the person that you're bearing it for doesn't even know or demonstrates that they don't care.
No, they know why they died. They remember that, at least, if they forget everything else.
And your kind.
Yes, she seems like she was a bit far away there for a second. Yes, my kind.
Brought you closer to this realm. It sounds like the relationship between you and these half-breeds, Trebenton and others, is strained.
Yes. Yes, it is. They don't trust us. I am trying to trust them. Still not difficult.
I remember there was a war.
You
Not too long.
remember? Oh, yes, that's right. Troy Benton said that he saw you 8 or 9 months ago. Camped out near the Capitol.
Yes, I had a tent. It was very nice.
So, I must say, did you fight in the war? It's okay, I've met many people that have fought on the opposite side.
I remember a queen of ice, and there was a castle, and as always with wars, blood and fire.
Where?
And I remember a dragon that breathed flame to counter the ice, and I remember words being said in the skies, not very clearly. I don't think I would be a good soldier, so I did not fight.
How do you remember Lear if you didn't fight?
I was there.
I only know of 3 battles that she sent forces to.
I think this is right at the beginning of it. An attack on a castle that was held against the lords and ladies, and they had a leader who led an army in siege, and I think this Lear was there defending that place. That's all I can remember. Sorry, the images are faded.
Okay. I'm impressed.
A great deal of pain as well. Lots of people lost their lives in that game, in that fight.
Agreed. It's a stupid war.
I remember being fragmented as well. It's like my mind wasn't very clear. seeing things from many perspectives at once. I think that's probably the reason why I decided to walk and learn and listen rather than poke my nose and be involved.
So you never get involved.
I try not
That's
to.
the thing.
I like to maintain balance of all things. It allows me to explore without having to worry about too much.
Well, I don't know about you, human.
Well,
I don't know if you should stick around. Here's a little bit of education for you. You like to pick up new words. I am a Fuoth, and we consider friendship to be sacred, almost religious, and its bond. You did something that qualifies, so to speak, for friendship. You saved my life. But if you're not going to get involved, if you're going to be on the periphery, if you're not going to be somebody that I can trust,
well,
why bother?
I understand. You asked me a while ago to look into an issue for you.
Yes,
That was of great importance to you and threatened the lives of your people.
yes.
This is something that I still wish to pursue because in not doing so, it means that many souls would die and the balance would be disrupted. I cannot see that happen. Let me rephrase my words. I don't want to get involved in politics. These are not my fights. But if there are people that need my help, then I can try. I will try.
I'm not a person. There's no bit of me that's human, except for those bodies that I possess.
It's been a couple of years now since I've been walking this path. I've met some people that do not look remotely or even think remotely human. I have visited a realm that's made of a giant tree where the people that lived there were evolved from plants. I've seen the machinations of spirits of metal that live and walk and consume fire as an industry, and those two are at odds, and they are not human. And some of them are interesting people to talk to. Not somebody that you invite to dinner, but they're interesting. I count a few of them friends, or seeing yourself here is no different. Believe me, if I make you curious, then it's the same in reverse. It's sizing me up again.
Sorry, old habit.
No worries.
Sometimes I kidnap humans for religious purposes. Do you have an issue with that?
What do you mean religious purposes?
Or needed for some sort of ceremony?
Could you explain a bit more?
You want to know if they die or not?
They have their own path to walk. I'm just curious about what religious ceremonies they're involved in.
Usually they're just sacrificed to the Fearblogs or Dagda. If they're sacrificed to Dagda, they may die. If they're sacrificed to the Fearblogs will usually just take them as slaves. It's the offering that matters.
I know Dagda.
You know Dagda. Dagda and Luke?
I know that court well.
Why? How? Nobody worships them anymore except for us.
There are ancient orders that still look backwards, but Dagda and his court, or its court, had something that I needed, and there was a transaction. We had
A transaction. You weren't a supplicant.
we had something that we both needed out of a temporary alliance.
You are no human.
Thank you very much. I never said I believe I said I was
You insisted.
plain-blooded.
What are you? You're not alive. You're not a human.
I was. There is still, as I said, ancestry of the fair folk in me, but maybe that I have evolved beyond them. That's just the thing. I'll leave this with you. I mentioned once that human beings distract themselves with technology, and they seem to be quite happy and safe and comfortable, and they're quite happily being asleep with their eyes closed. And that affords them some protection from the dark worlds, the ones that live beyond. It makes it harder to get to them, get into their dreams, or influence them in any way, because they're always too busy interested in wanting to find out what happened on the latest Jeremy Kyle episode, or watching EastEnders or some bullshit that's on TV, or buying cars or PlayStation 4s or 5s or 6s or whatever it is they got now. But there are people there that understand that their nature is not just that. And they start to read or study or see things. And slowly and surely they open their eyes. And then they allow themselves to build things like this, or go wandering on the paths that maybe were open to them before, but now not. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago in my country, people used to walk the King's Roads all the time. But that was lost to them because we fell asleep. That's who I am.
You are a sorcerer.
Do not use words like that. I just have an advanced understanding of things, of the nature of my place in the world. I prefer to tell wizard myself.
That's what a wizard is.
Definition, yes. A man or a woman with knowledge and wisdom that's beyond the years or beyond the account of the people he lives with. This understanding of a place in the universe has awakened me to a point where I can see things or order my mind. Just taking a time out to do that.
I don't know enough about you. I haven't heard of a protocol. Try Benton. He called you a wizard.
Yes.
Wizards are known to the mixed breeds.
Apparently so.
Right.
There was somebody that I knew, not personally, but through deeds, history, stories, recountings, that understood a universal truth and allowed her to awaken to see things for the first time. And she became obsessed with it. She had a cult of personality. People understood the same thing, and then she sought something that was sacred. Have you ever heard of a place called Arcadia?
Arcadia.
Arcadia. Sorry, pronunciation.
No, it's yes.
Deep-seated within the realm, within the Fae. It
It
is
is?
a sacred place to them, it sounds like.
What?
That's all I know. I don't know anything about it.
I thought it
But
was something like Avalon or the Two Towers. Just another big freehold of theirs.
I don't know. That's one of the reasons why I'm wandering in this realm. This person, this woman, she went in and she explored and she formed alliances, she took lovers, she did all the things that people do with the lords and ladies. That's why I think they know us. And then she may have found the way through, but no one has seen or heard from her since. It's like a universal truth that she found. And with that, she was allowed in.
I see.
That's all I know. But as I said, we don't know enough about each other yet to have that trust. Merely, perhaps, that if I saved your life, I'm not going to claim any payment. I would say that there are no oaths between us.
Your choice.
Indeed. But you seem to care about our lives, and when you instructed us to run, in regards to what you do
Gosh, I'm
about the
not human.
demon,
I'm not heartless.
some people, even the most human person in the world, are probably the most evilest. However, I wasn't judging you before when I was asking you questions about what you plan to do with those humans sacrificing to Dagda or the Firbolg.
Fear blogs, men of the blog.
I don't really care. And that's not because I'm heartless or any less human. It's simply because they have their path and I have mine. I'm sure the kiths or the changelings, the ones that you call half-bloods or half-breeds, will have something to say about it. But as I said, that's not really any of my concern.
You can wander the silver path whenever you choose.
Well, those paths are open to me, assuming I make the right amounts of contrition to their lords that keep them.
Keep me abreast of how things look, because I don't think I'm going to go into the dreaming for a long while.
Why is that?
I told you something bad is coming.
Surely that's nothing to do with the machinations of the court or the fact that you're a wanted person.
How am I a wanted person?
No, Trebendon seemed to be interested in talking to you about something.
I told him the truth.
As I said in my rules, no Fae ever tells the whole truth.
Mhm.
And neither do wizards.
Was there anything more to that story? Hmm.
We're almost in New York, by the way.
It's probably rougher with her than I needed to be. Oh, I tried to possess her. Hmm.
her.
Yes, the human that I kidnapped.
I see.
That was because I forgot.
You tried to possess a human and it didn't work.
No, with her it didn't work. She was a bit full, not unlike yourself. Maybe she
Like
was.
me.
Yes. Yes, it was a bit like that.
Interesting.
Her name is Leah, if you care.
I don't know anybody by that name.
Tribetan did not give me a last name. And I never asked hers when I took her.
And she's back now, I assume.
Yes.
Then not a problem.
Oh, she might be one of your own.
I usually know people that enter the city. I don't recognize the name.
Well, then you're lucky because I can't keep track of any of my own that enter the city. It's like a madhouse.
Well, that and the fact they probably don't want to be tracked.
Anyways, I'm going to be in the human world for a while now.
Okay. Well, where would you like me to drop you off?
Anybody that's asleep?
Okay, well, it's a day still, although it's approaching evening, so I don't think you'll have too long to wait.
Find me a homeless person. I don't care. Just need some legs.
Nice. Okay. And there's a couple of homeless people that are in the sort of derelict buildings that I'm aware of. I'll drop you off there then.
I just need them to look sedated. Although I could go for a nap myself.
Well, you're welcome to stay here until we arrive, and I'll poke you awake.
Can't have you knowing where I live. I'm not sure if you're my friend yet or not.
Trust me. In fact, it doesn't make any difference to me whether I know where you live or not. I need to go and deal with something else.
What on earth does that mean?
House cleaning. Mind cleaning as well.
Don't you be stalking me.
I don't. I'm sure our paths will cross again, but trust me, it's not because I'm going to be stalking you or anything.
Alright. Drop me off.
Sleepy.
Oh, I just said drop me off, please.
I shall. I think we're approaching the end of our scene, aren't we?
With that, I suppose you just deposit her in the nearest unconscious hobo you can find.
Yep.
We'll end it here. Okay, everybody. Thank you for watching. Until next time.